Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Innovation Day at University of Texas at Arlington. My name is Alex, and my teammates are Christine, Vivek, Permit, and Shushmita, and we are the Go RV Life team. Our application is a mobile-based application that notifies users about potentially hazardous weather on their routes. What this does is it checks the weather to see if there's any inclement events, and if there is, it notifies them about this. The motivation behind this came from Andy, our sponsor, who was at a campsite with his family and didn't have any way to know if there was any weather alerts or weather or inclement weather on their route. But the next day he woke up and realized that the roads were washed up. There seemed to have been heavy rain the night before, and he wished there was an application that did that, and there wasn't. So he's been working hand in hand with us to create this application. The core part of our application can be broken down into three screens. Like we have our login screen, in which the customer puts in their username and password and is verified against our database. We have an awesome authentication system that gives them access to it if they're part of our database. After that, it takes them to the home screen, and this home screen provides the user with useful information about current, past, and future trips, and it gives them all the detailed information about the weather on those trips. Now, to create an actual trip, you have to go into our trip screen. And what the user does is it imputes all the information, including the stop, the start date, the stops on their route, which they can have up to 5 different stops, and the campgrounds they'll be visiting. What our application does is it checks with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration API, which is a US agency that focuses on weather conditions, and it tells them if there is any inclement weather on their route. If there is, they can either receive a notification via text message or an in-app notification, or both. Now, our application has 4 different components, which is the NOAA API that I just discussed, which is a government agency API that checks for the weather. The Twilio API, which also sends them text messages if there's any weather alerts on their routes or at the campsite, and our database that was created by both Vivek and Shushmita using the Laravel. Now I'm going to pass it over to Pramit, and he's going to give a short demo about how this application works. Thank you.
Hey, my name is Pramit, and I'll be showing a short demo of our app, RV Weather Alert. When you open the app, you'll be greeted with our landing page, which basically has our nice logo and a message to get started. You could register for our app filling out this form or just log in if you have an account already. We will directly log in for this demonstration purpose. After you log in, you'll see our home screen. This has a brief info about your upcoming trips as well as your previous trips. You can see how many stops you have in this trip, start and end location, and also the start and end dates for this specific trip. If you want to see more details, you can click on the card and this will show your trip plan and all the stops. You can also play around with the map. So this trip is from New Mexico to Arizona to Colorado. If you want to plan and create these trips, you can go to create trip screen and fill out this form. So let's say we want to go from one of the campgrounds in Texas to, and the date of stay as 5th of May, to let's say Oklahoma. So after you create a trip, you can see it being appeared in the upcoming trip section from Texas to Oklahoma. When you create a trip, you are automatically signed off for critical weather alerts. You can go to your account screen and click on Active Alerts button to see all of your alerts for your upcoming trips. This account specifically doesn't have one, but if you have one, it will also open here. The app also notifies you in time for any critical weather alerts, so you can opt in for a text notification, which is basically an SMS notification. Looks like this when you get notified. And you can also opt in for a in-app push notification, which kind of looks like this. Contact support button basically has our email if the user wants to contact us with any concerns. And if you do not sign out and open the app again, you will be logged in automatically. So it's super easy for the users to just go to their account and see their active alerts whenever they want to or feel like it. Or you could just sign out and you know create an account again or log in to our app. So that's the short demo of our app. Thank you for your time.